This is now recording, just in case you want to know, and I'm going to share my screen. And I got to find which one I want to share.
What does it actually record?
It'll record what's on my screen, but I'm not seeing the one that I want.
Baby, you're a good boy. Too cold, baby. Too cold.
All right. All right. I don't know why it's not sharing that, but let me try that again. So this is always a fun thing. You can see just about, oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so you guys see that? So this first little slide is just to tell you that if you never ask, you're never going to get bookings. And we're offering hosts a great deal to get something for 60% off, and the shopping's free. Welcome, Renee.
Hi.
Nice to see you here. I see you're on it. So you want to give people reasons to book. It's not about you when you're calling people. It's about how you can help the people you're calling. Give them a reason to want to host a show. Maybe it's just to get some friends together, or maybe it's to learn a new technique, but the only way you can get it is by asking. So go ahead and do that. And setting goals is always important before you start anything like today. I gave you a sheet that had like 18 spaces on it. Do I think you're going to get 18 bookings? Probably not. I've never talked to 18 people in a row, and I've probably never gotten 18 bookings at that time. But here's one thing you have to ask yourself. How many shows per week do you want on your calendar? Do you want one a week? Do you want one a month? It doesn't matter to me. That's your goal. And I want you to right now just write it down somewhere on your list or somewhere. How many shows do you want to do? Maybe you just break it down into months. How many shows do you want to have in April? How many do you want to have in May? How many do you want to have in June? And think of what you really want, not what you think you can get. You got to kind of think, I'm not going to fail at this, so whatever I get, this is what you need to get. And then after you write, did everybody write it down? My goal every month is 8. So it's big now. It never was that big when I first started out, but it is now. So why is it important to know that number? If you don't know what you want, how are you going to get there? If you don't know you want to have chicken for dinner tonight, how are you going to have chicken for dinner tonight? You're going to settle for whatever you have in the house. The same with bookings. If you don't know that you want 2 shows on your calendar every month, you're not going to really have anything to try for. So this is a night to help you get there. So you can plan and do it that way. But there's no magic wand. You just have to believe you can and not give up. So it takes hard work. And, calling is something I'll frankly admit, I don't like doing it. Yeah. I don't. But sometimes we have to do that. Yeah. So seize the opportunity tonight and give people a reason to book. And don't quit it. And just don't stop asking because somebody says no. And you can make excuses or you can make progress. It's your choice. And sometimes people say, well, this happened, that happened. And we all have excuses. Even I make my own excuses. But what sounds like you? You don't pick up the phone and make calls. You don't ask everybody at shows. You lack follow through. Maybe someone, and I've been really guilty of this in the past. I have had someone at a show who said they're going to do a party, never call them, never go back to follow up. Or you're pushing all the time to have a party, like saying, book with me, help me out. It's not about helping you out. It's about I mean, it does help you out, but that's not what it's about. It's what we can offer the people that we're booking. So the phone is your friend. And, you know, it's hard to pick it up. It's hard to make calls. But you can call and leave messages. Most likely, if you leave a phone call, you call someone. A lot of times I've tracked my calls, and I probably make 10 calls and maybe talk to 2 people. So have some sort of a script of a voicemail you're going to leave. And then give them a follow-up date. If I don't hear back from you by Wednesday, I'm going to call you back. Or call me right away so I can tell you about the great specials that we're having in April. But however you want to do it. And you can call anytime. I mean, we're making calls tonight. All I'm requiring for this Booking Blitz is you take a half hour. I don't care if you split it up into 2 15-minute sections or you do it all at one time, but it will help you if you just sit down and do it. It's way easier. So here's the interesting thing. Sometimes people say no, and a lot of you have heard me say this at shows. I will ask someone if they want to do a party, and they'll say, no, not right now. And then I say, well, would you want to do one in the next 6 months? Now, in the case of tonight, you might want to say, well, would you want to do one next month? Because right now we're talking about April, May, but start with April. And look at the statistics here. 44% give up after hearing the first no. How many of you have ever called one person, they've said no, they said maybe later, and you just never called them again? 22% more give up after hearing the second no, 14% more give up after hearing the third no, 12% after hearing the fourth, and 92% after they call or contact somebody 5 times, they give up. But guess what? 60% say no 4 times before they finally say yes, which is unbelievable, really. So obviously, you sometimes have to change up how you contact them. You know, like maybe sometimes you text, and sometimes you have to contact them in every possible way you can think of. Text, message on Facebook, email, call, or like Jan was saying at the beginning, walk around your neighborhood and meet people. Personal contact is even better.
Really?
Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, enjoying it is not a requirement. Successful people have all had to do things they don't like to do in order to get where they are. So if you guys like making phone calls, more power to you. I don't. But you never know. Sometimes you just got to do it.
Can you hear me, Carol?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm just curious. How many times have you contacted somebody 4 times with 4 no's and then they finally said yes?
It has happened several times.
Has it?
Seriously. It wasn't like I called them all each that time. But I have actually had people who just say, call me later or keep trying. One of the things you can do when you're talking to somebody and they say, I'm not interested, is say, well, what if I gave you a call back in 2 months or 1 month? And then I have a little folder and I have it divided up by months. So if someone today says, well, I might want to do a show in the fall, I will put them in August. And in August, I'll call them back. And, you know, keep that in mind. We have a new catalog coming out in September. So you can always offer that. I'm hoping that people will want to get some friends together right now with you. Or you can do a catalog show. I mean, whatever you're willing to do. Michelle, you've done a lot of catalog shows.
Mm-hmm.
And you do really well with them. You just have to coach the people through. So let's see. I don't even know what the next picture is. It might not be one I want. Let's see. That's more about parties. But it's amazing how lucky you can be when you consistently put out your best effort. I learned that the hard way. One time when I really, really had to have shows, I
What is that supposed to be?
It's a rabbit's foot.
Rabbit's foot.
I didn't make this post. I borrowed it from someone. So the next thing, it's not luck to get bookings. It's actually work. And you guys, it's part of our work to try to get people to have shows with us. And I had a lady last year, and some of you have heard this story, but last year, a lady came to my house and ordered one product for a guy who had Alzheimer's. She wanted to buy him something, and I gave it to her without charging. I ordered it for her, but I didn't charge her shipping. She then booked a show from me and had a $700 catalog show, and I had 4 bookings from that show, and it's gone on and on. I just had a show last month that's still from that show, from someone that booked from that show and that show. So you don't ever know when you do something nice for somebody how it's going to turn out. So I'm challenging you today to go for the no, but you don't have to get 50 no's, because that means you probably have to call 50 people, and we don't even have 50 people on our list. But I challenge you to get 10 no's, because if you get 10 no's, you might get a yes. So you can just tell me how many no's you got. I'd like to keep track of that. The one who gets the most no's will also win a prize in my final prize day. Oops.
So what do you want us to do? Keep notes on who we asked and who said no? And
oh yeah, so in that little paper, let's see if I can go. Do you remember the thing I shared with you? Oh, see that.
at the meeting?
No, I did it by email.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
So there's a list, and it says their name, their phone number, and then what the result is. You can say, you know, they booked a show, they didn't book a show, they said call me later. It always is good to keep track of that and check back to it. Now, before we get any farther, does anybody have any questions about anything?
No.
You don't, Michelle? Anybody else?
No.
Nope.
Look at it, you just got 10 no's.
Those don't count toward my note. Well,
But I do have a question. See,
sure.
One yes.
There we go.
So I'm looking at that email and I don't see a page. I see the 2 different attachments. On the one is like super long, but I don't see the one to keep a list, but I can make a list.
Okay, it should have been part of it, but I'm looking
I
to
didn't
see.
see it either.
Oh, it's like the 4th page of the
Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
one document.
Always have it together, don't you?
I only got
Oh, wait.
It was the 4th page. There should be 4 pages.
I only got 2.
2.
Yeah, I got 2.
I don't think I got the 4th page.
That's weird.
Yeah, I only got 2 pages.
Mm-mm.
Well, let me see. Hold on a second. I might be able to pull it up.
Well, I'm glad I asked that question.
Hey, there's never a dumb question ever. I have to go into my, I know are you seeing my screen? How lovely. All right, I'm going into booking.
My dog's wondering why it sounds like I have company, but he can't see anybody.
All right. Can you see this?
I see your contacts.
Yep.
Can you see the spring booking blitz? Is that on? I don't know if that's on my screen or I have to show you.
It's not.
No,
Okay.
it's your email.
Oh,
list.
it says, okay, hold on. I'm going to share that screen now. Hold on. Right there. Okay. Okay, can you see this? So you guys got the first 2 pages.
Okay, yes, we can see
Oh
that.
yeah, I didn't get that.
No, you got part of that.
Yeah, I got part of it.
And then this is the other 2, emails and
Oh,
Facebook
yeah,
messages.
That's the part I don't have.
The last 2 pages,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if I can, what you could do is you could just do a quick screenshot. At least it'll give you something if I can move it up here. Hold on.
No, you could try to send it to us in the email again, couldn't you?
I could.
it's not going to be the same, a screenshot of your screen on a screen.
True. Good point. Okay. So I will send it to you really quick as soon as I get done with this. So let's go back to, so I will send that to you again. I'm glad you asked that, Jan. The one thing we talked about at our meeting, and I know a couple of you missed it. Well, actually, Michelle, you missed it. We talked about what you were excited about when you first went to a Pampered Chef party. And just remember that as you're talking to people, and try to find something that excites them about Pampered Chef. And be enthusiastic. And you can show that even in an email or a text. And so let me know, you know, when you actually get, if you get any bookings, let me know how you got them. Did you get them by phone call, a text, a Facebook thing, or whatever? It's your passion that's going to help you book a show. If you're excited about our specials and what we have, or some product that we have, people are going to love it. And again, Jan was talking at the beginning about walking around in your neighborhood. You can be a billboard. You can, you know, wear something that says Pampered Chef on it, or carry a catalog around with you, or always have a little mini catalog. So you can bring up a conversation with people. And Renee, you and I talked a little bit about that, but there's lots of things we can do.
What did you do, Queen? Did you go knocking on doors and tell them you're a Pampered Chef Queen?
No, I just talk to people when they're outside, but that's why the weather needs to be good. I really
You're
do.
not doing
I
it
talk
today.
to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah. It takes a while. You have to talk to people. It doesn't mean the first time you talk to them, you're going to tell them you're a Pampered Chef.
Exactly. First, yeah.
You got to work it in there. And that's, you know, that's, you want it to be natural. You want to actually.
If it doesn't come naturally to you, it's not your thing to do.
Yeah. Well, no, I think you can cultivate it.
And your first neighbor is 5 miles away. You probably don't want to do that either.
Yeah. That's my problem.
And here's one other thing. When you guys book shows, when you have a show, you can also double dip. And that means you can have your host book a show from herself in the next 6 months. If you do.
Never thought about that.
I've done that with catalog shows, because guess what? They get an extra 50% off at their own show. So if they're a person who doesn't get a very good show, like a $200 one, they're still going to get 250% off things.
How many times can you do that?
I don't think there's any limit. I mean, you can only book one time from your own one show, but
that's what I meant. Okay.
You could keep going.
So
okay.
Yeah,
you can't book 2 shows from yourself, but you can book one. Michelle, did you get the extra stuff too? Did you get all 4 pages?
No. Nope, just 2.
Weird. Maybe I'll just try to, I don't know if I can send just those 2, but I'll try. So I will do that as soon as we get off. I only wanted to stay on with this until around 7:30. Does anybody have any things that they're going to try tonight, or anything they want to say? No, I don't want to just lecture you.
You gave me some good ideas for tomorrow. I have a list going.
Okay.
And I've got a plan for tomorrow.
Okay, so you're going to do it tomorrow, which is fine. I'm going to do mine tonight, right after I get off the phone. I got a big list, but you have until Wednesday night.
So you mean you're calling people tonight?
Pardon?
You're calling people tonight?
I am calling. Yeah, Mondays are sometimes a really good time to call people. That's why I picked tonight, because a lot of times they don't have church, they don't have sports, they don't have anything. So some of them are calls, some of them are going to be texts. And I might even message a couple that I can't get a hold of a lot. But again, this is your Booking Blitz. I don't care when you do it. But if you call people tonight or contact them in some way and you don't get a hold of them, you still have till Wednesday to reconnect with them. So it's up to you.
Sorry, I'm going to bed after this.
You're going to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's sick. So we're glad you're not passing your germs through the computer.
Yeah, isn't that good?
So, and Michelle, you've been awfully quiet. Is there anything we can help you with?
No,
Okay.
it's all good.
Well, I'm excited to see. Okay, so I'm going to award the 2 top booking getters something, and I haven't decided yet what. And then the person who gets the most no's. So keep track of your no's.
So, quick question. So, the bookings that you're rewarding, they have to be in April and May?
April and May is what I said. But,
Okay.
you know, because those are the 2 months that are upcoming. And if you have a good April and May, and June is probably going to be an earning month to earn the new products for fall. But I would save that if you don't have any shows in April and May yet. You can obviously book shows in June as well.
Yeah, because of the double rewards.
Yeah. So, and you can also book them from shows you have as well. That way, if you get some tonight. So it's continuous.
I hear you, girl.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any questions? Good. Well, thank you guys. I'm wishing you luck. Feel free to post on our page anytime that you're all excited about your bookings, and I'll let you know how many I got too. So, all right.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks,
Peace out.
everybody. Good luck, and we'll be talking in a couple days. Oh, by the way, I do have an opportunity opportunity night tomorrow. Leah and Michelle, I saw you're signed on. It's from 8:30 to 8. I do have one potential consultant that has said she's going. I have 2 others that are still thinking about it. So if you can be on even for a little while tomorrow night, that's great too. So, okay.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you,
See you
Carol.
soon.